Hey guys, what's up? This is Paul Murphy, and today you've got a very special guest, Ron Douglas. Now, some of my audience will probably have heard of Ron. He's been around since the '90s. He's been doing like various different projects, but obviously some of you guys will never have heard of him. So basically, Ron is from Queens in New York. He's been an entrepreneur, like I said, since the '90s, and he's a founder of multiple different online businesses since 2001. So I started in 2002. So he's actually ahead of me. And in 2003, he took his hobby of cooking and he actually turned it into, made him, with some of his other books, made him a millionaire. And his self-published book, The America's Most Wanted Recipes, went on to become a New York Times bestseller. And it was published by Simon & Schuster and featured in media shows like Good Morning America. In fact, I just saw something, one of his clips that was on NBC, and I actually remembered originally seeing it, where he hacked the Colonel Sanders recipe. We're going to talk about that in a sec. And he's also been on the Wendy Williams Show, HSN, ABC, NBC, Fox News, People Magazine. So, yeah, and this actual book sold at least 1.5 million copies. And actually, he sold the entire cookbook business in 2019. So, yeah, absolute total pleasure to have Ron on the show. So, hey, man, how's it going? It's good to see you. So, yeah, tell me about hacking the Colonel Sanders recipe then. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on your show, Paul. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you, man. Definitely. It's like, somebody who can basically hack the Colonel Sanders recipe. I know you've done a lot since then, but that's enough accolade for me, definitely.
Right. Well, I mean, that was a great run with those cookbooks and getting on TV and media appearances and all that stuff. And apparently they really liked that story of someone that hacked the KFC original recipe. And honestly, I don't know what the KFC original recipe is. Nobody does. It's locked in a safe somewhere. Yeah. But what happened was, they really liked the story of my copycat version of it. So I had a version that comes pretty close.
Yeah.
And, that was enough to get me on TV, even though I said, this is my version of it. This is not like, I didn't like break into their safe and steal their recipe, but, they said it was close enough to get some media attention for it. So that went well.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So then you created a number of books and that basically was your business for a while, I assume.
Yeah. That was I was originally an online marketer.
Okay.
I was just selling that cookbook as an ebook on ClickBank, and then it became much bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I ended up building a huge audience around that topic, and became known as the copycat guy, copycat recipe guy online. So I kind of was dominating that little niche, which is a sub niche of a bigger market. So that's one thing people can do. I know you have a lot of online marketing people following you, is like you find a big niche like cooking and recipes, and then you create a sub niche within that you can dominate, but that also appeals to the wider audience as well.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I was able to do. And
and they say,
I answered your question. I kind of went off on a tangent there.
No, but they say the riches are in the niches, right? So I think your book is, your whole concept on your book is a very unique idea. It's like taking all these kind of like recipes that we eat this stuff every single day, right? And then, hacking them as best as you can so people can go and make them at home. Amazing. So yeah, cool. So I'm, delighted that did really well for you. So, so I obviously you sold that in 2019, but how did you like transition to like your next sort of big phase of your entrepreneurial journey?
Right. Well, I just started teaching people what I've accomplished, right? How to get a book deal. I have a bunch of writers that follow me, how to build an audience. I have a bunch of people interested in list building and social media marketing that follow me. So I was able to piggyback what I've actually done to use that to start teaching people, and giving value and helping people succeed with what they're trying to do, promote their own products.
Yeah. So you would say that you obviously just by the whole marketing experience of launching a book on ClickBank, did you have it on Amazon as well?
Yeah, it was on ClickBank. It was on Amazon. It was in Barnes and Nobles. It was everywhere. Walmart, Target.
Yeah.
So when I got published with Simon & Schuster, I mean, you would find it everywhere. Airports, people would recognize me like, oh, I have your book. So it was like nice experience. For sure.
So I was just going to ask you this. So when people think of books, like obviously there's a self-published and then there's you've got a publisher. Was you originally self-published and then you kind of got the attention of a publisher, or was it something that you kind of went to the publishers with and eventually got somebody to agree to publish it for you?
Well, both, really. I was originally self-published.
Yeah, self-published,
Originally, it was an ebook on ClickBank. Yeah. Right? And we had a bunch of affiliates that started promoting it. Yeah. And it was the number one product in the cooking category in ClickBank for like 4 years. So I got a lot of exposure from that. And then, people started saying like, hey, do you have a physical version of this cookbook, a paperback or, hard copy? So being that so many customers bought it, they started demanding a hard copy. So I started publishing a hard copy as well. Yeah. So people that buy the ebook, I would upsell them on the hard copy. And then I started putting the hard copy on Amazon. And, between the ebook and the hard copy, self-published sold about 60,000 copies of that and had an audience, like over 200,000 people that followed me via email and on my message board. So that helped me parlay that into a book deal. And our common friend, Mike Fosame, was a big part of that through one of his contacts, helped me get a book deal. And, we reached out to a bunch of publishing houses, and I was able to get a book deal with Simon & Schuster in 2008. And the first book came out in 2009. But all of that would have never happened had I not built an audience, had I not, staked a claim as somebody who was an expert on this topic, even though I wasn't. I mean, I'm not a chef. I actually had to take cooking lessons to avoid being embarrassed when I went on television. So I knew I was going on TV. I'm like, I got to take some cooking lessons. But I cooked as a hobby, but I wasn't a professional chef or anything by any means.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because on one of the clips I was watching earlier today, when I was, I knew I was interviewing you today. I was like researching some clips. I was thinking, what would be some cool stuff to talk about? And I saw this one clip, and when you sort of went on the TV channel, they said, "So you hacked this recipe," and you were like, "Well, I can't take complete credit. My members of my website, were helping me with that." I could see you were kind of a little bit uncomfortable to sort of own up to that one. So it's quite funny.
Yeah, trying to be, transparent. But yeah, we did have a lot of members of our website that contributed recipes. Like we would put out a version of the recipe. Yeah. They would try it out, test it out, add different things like, hey, it tastes better like this. And, so a lot of our recipes came from our community online as well. But yeah, I just also didn't want to get in trouble with the restaurants claiming to have their recipes. I was saying that, this is a copycat
Absolutely.
version.
Yeah. No, I got that as well. Yeah. It's like, well, at the end of the day, you're not stealing the recipe. It's a bit of fun, really, isn't it? It's kind of like, give it a go at home and, like you didn't hack their vault or anything. You just kind of put it together yourself. Yeah. So, but brilliant. I mean, I'm assuming you never got contacted by any of these people.
No. The only one ever contacted me was KFC, actually. And it wasn't about the recipe. It was about, I had their logo on the website. So I had a bunch of restaurant logos. So I'm like, this book features restaurant recipes from these restaurants.
Yeah.
Like copycat version, restaurant recipes from these restaurants. And, I had a bunch of logos, and they're like, no, you got to take our logo down immediately. And I did immediately.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair, isn't it? But I mean, but they were cool with the rest of it. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good story. Okay, cool. So and then so you've been you sold all that up in 2019, and then you started focusing on what you're doing now. So
I would say, I mean, I've been teaching online marketing for a long, long time. I mean, it was just always overshadowed by the recipe stuff because I was getting on TV and stuff. Yeah. But, I've been teaching online marketing since at least 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
I was I had a bunch of different companies. I had a search engine optimization company. I had a social media management company. I've done coaching. I've done consulting, group coaching, all type of stuff. I put out products related to Facebook ads. I mean, I've done pretty much everything. I've been doing it since 2001. I started in this business. So I, similar to you, we're in the same circles, have a lot of the same friends, and, we all make money, teaching people how to build their business online because that's what we know best.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I actually recently came on with your audience on one of your Wednesdays, didn't I? And so I know that you do this, like you will literally bring someone on new every Wednesday. You'll teach them something new, show them something perhaps that they've not already seen. And you know, and I actually signed up to your list, so I've actually been getting those emails, and I see that you know, it's like so many different new things, you know, that you can learn. Like, I mean, it's such a big. I mean, I remember when I discovered. I stepped out for a few years, and when I came back in 2015, it felt like to me initially like the whole internet marketing world had left me behind. And I think the first thing I discovered was WordPress, and I logged into WordPress, and I was like, "Whoa, this is incredible!" You know, like back in the day, I was building websites on Microsoft Front Page, which is like building in Word with tables. Right. And I know I was talking to Mike Fulsane about this as well, and he was saying, yeah, you had to you know, it literally is like Microsoft Word. The only difference was it allowed you to publish, right, to the internet. Right. That was the only sort of difference apart from that, and you could create pages. But yeah, really, really difficult tool to use. And then WordPress came along, and I was like, whoa, this is incredible. And I've got so much, you know, there's so many different tactics, you know, like you do something different, I do something. Everyone has their kind of like superpower. I don't know if you like that word, but you know, I think it's true. You know, people have this kind of superpower. And when I discovered my YouTube thing a couple of years ago, that was kind of obviously what I was like good at. And yeah, and you obviously, you know, you've been able to help people with webinars. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm a webinar super affiliate. And, you know, we just made a good chunk of change, so you know firsthand. And we do a webinar every week. It's part of our series called Wealth Wednesday, but also teach people how to earn money with webinars. So I'm the founder of an event called WebinarCon, which our mutual friend, Andy Hassan, is also one of the founders, along with Onyx and Gal. Yeah. So we have a bunch of webinar-related trainings and events surrounding that theme of, you know, WebinarCon. So we're having one coming up called Webinar Confidential, where we're teaching. It's going to be a virtual event. So we had the physical event earlier on this year, and then we're having a virtual event coming up soon. And, you know, I think webinars, and Mike Fulsane would agree, our mutual friend Mike, I've learned a lot about webinars from him.
Me too.
I don't think there's an easier way to earn money online than, you know, if you can get people to watch a webinar and they're interested and they buy. Because two reasons. First of all, you're not directly selling them anything. You're just providing them with an opportunity to learn, right? Come on this webinar, learn this topic, and they appreciate that. So you're like the good guy. And then the person on the webinar, you know, is doing the selling, and they usually, you can find people with very polished presentations like you have. So you have a really good combination of great content that people want to know about, an exciting topic, and it also converts like crazy because people want to take the next step, and, you know, they see a huge opportunity with what you're teaching them. So webinars, I can't think of a better way. If I needed money right now, like this week, I just have a webinar. Hey, come on this webinar. So, but to have a webinar, you have to build your email list, obviously, or get good at paid traffic, which I've gotten pretty good at both over the years. So that's what I teach people. I actually also have a private webinar affiliate network with a series of automated webinars that my members can earn money from. So no longer do you have to have a huge email list. You can sign up as part of my program, and it's a private program. It's not free though, but it's definitely worth it. You can sign up as part of my program and have these automated webinars that you can earn money from. You can grab a link, share it on social media, share it with a friend. Hey, check this out. We have these free reports you can give out to get people to watch the webinars and earn money. And the average webinar does about $50 per attendee. And that's not even a good one. Like like yours, you know, do upwards of $100 per attendee. Yeah. So you figure, you know, even at $50 per attendee, if you're getting 100 people on, you know, that's $5,000 that you would make just by getting people to watch a free presentation or giving away a free class. Yeah. So things I cover in my program.
So I'll make the link available, guys, if you want to go and check this out. But so if you wouldn't mind, if I could just talk through the process. So if a customer comes, you know, if somebody like watching this wants to come and you know, find out about your services, what would be the process? So would you be showing them a webinar first? Would they be coming in and you would sort of like be showing them a webinar, or would they be literally just signing up and you would be sending them the webinars?
Yeah, we could show them the webinar just so that it's kind of like an orientation, just to understand how the process works and how we go about promoting webinars. So I think that's a good training and educational opportunity to kind of get you indoctrinated into what we do. And from there, you could, join the program. We're going to have a special link for you guys, as Paul mentioned, and also a discount for joining our program. And the reason we charge for the program is because it requires, like, we've set up a software platform on our site, Experts Classroom, and expertsclassroom.com. You can't sign up there, but you can see some of the webinars that we have. And basically, we enable you to, if you're promoting via Facebook, we enable you to put a Facebook pixel on all the thank you pages on our site. If you're promoting via social media, we have what we call bridge pages, like content-friendly, heavy pages that are very Facebook friendly. So you won't have to worry about getting your account banned. Or, if you're running traffic via solo ads, we have recommendations for the top solo ad vendors that we use. So we have all the bases covered. If you want to build your own email list and then send people directly to an automated webinar after they opt in, we have that set up. So we have this software platform on Experts Classroom that enables you to build your list, earn money with webinars, promote on social media, grab an affiliate link, promote anywhere. You could we teach you how to use Facebook Messenger as well as one of the tools that we use. So we have a series of coaching and trainings on the site, and the platform just makes it easy for you to earn money.
Amazing. So guys, like you guys watching this, like honestly, before my webinar took off, and it was literally only a couple of months ago, and as Ron was talking about, like I got some private coaching with Mike Filsaime, and he actually, in like one of the calls that we were on, it wasn't actually a coaching call, it was just a friendly call. In this 6 minutes, he actually reconfigured my webinar that wasn't converting into a webinar that is now converting. Ron will tell you, Mike will tell you, like this is, and also when I put up a video and I actually promote it on my channel now, and all right, I like obviously my channel's growing a little bit, but even still, I'm able to place it on the front page of Google. So that I can put it in front of people even when they don't even know me. And like obviously I make 100%, but if anyone promotes it, I actually pay 40%. So people are making like $300-400. So, some people that come into like from my courses, they'll start promoting ClickBank products and stuff like that, and they'll be making 10, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. But when you actually go and put, when you actually like, Ron's going to show you how to promote this. He's obviously got all the resources. And when you actually go and promote these things the right way, one sale is going to make you like the same amount as if like you would get 10 or 20 ClickBank products, right? And you can still put it in front of as many people, and the sales are still there. And also, not only that, these convert, right? And Ron's only going to be endorsing webinars with people that he knows are converting. So when, these are already high converting webinars. So all you need to do is follow what Ron says, and he's going to basically show you how to start making some serious sales. So, so I mean, like this is the great thing about webinars. And, also, I mean, are you showing people how to promote webinars? Are you showing people how to create webinars for themselves, or is that not what you do?
No, it was mostly teaching people how to just earn money from existing webinars that are proven. We also, I have a bunch of different programs, like I mentioned, like WebinarCon and WebinarCon.com, where we teach people how to do that as well. But that's more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So once they're inside, there's other stuff that they can kind of find out about if they want to go further. But initially, we're talking affiliate marketing, guys. Like this is what, this is Ron's superpower. He's going to show you how to. I mean, the thing is as well, I'm going to say, one of the things that I was struggling with, like, and this is not that long ago, really. Like now I'm starting to align with people, and people are now offering me their high ticket products. But actually going and finding some of these things are really impossible. Like, coming in, like when people go into affiliate marketing, like I say, they'll go to places like ClickBank and they'll go and sign up for these. And I think it's just because this isn't really that readily available. It's not really that easy to find people with high ticket product. And even when they do, you have to have a bit of a relationship with them. Some of them will actually want you to buy the actual course first before they'll let you promote it. because they don't want to kind of get a bad name or get it spammed around. And also, you know, that some of them are also quite hard to reach unless you're inside their inner circle. But you don't need that with Ron. Like, you go and sign up with Ron, and he's basically going to give you access to all these people. And he's, you know, and these people as well are trusting Ron. So he's vetting you for them so that he can make sure that he guides you in the right direction. So you're promoting it correctly. So everybody is on the right page. Ron's going to help you. He's going to help them, and everybody wins. I mean, what a great system. And this way you don't have to go and sort of like pre-select all these different webinars and kind of like, you know, sort of IM in all these gurus that never reply to you in the first place, right? So, yeah. So, I mean, that's about the sort of crux of it, isn't it, Ron?
Yeah. Here's the other thing as well. Well, two things. First, you know, if you're an affiliate looking for a webinar to promote, if you're approaching a private partner, someone like Paul, first thing they want to know is like, how many people can you get on the webinar? Do you have an email list? Do you have the power? Can you get 100 people on a webinar? Yeah. You know, so it's like a waste of their time if you can't even get, you know, 100 people on. So it takes a more experienced marketer to get those type of deals. So we've opened it up to people that, you know, don't have to have an email list to be able to just tap right in, grab an affiliate link, promote these webinars. The second thing is, there are a few webinars on ClickBank you can just go promote, but the thing is, everybody else is promoting those too because they're available public on ClickBank. So you're competing with all these different affiliates running traffic and whatnot. On our network, we have all these private promotions that aren't available on ClickBank, aren't available on JVZoo and the rest of the networks. They're, you know, so you're not competing with 1 million affiliates. You're just in our membership, you know, as one of the members promoting webinars, and, you know, and it's limited. Your competition is very limited. So I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, in the webinar that we're talking about, that they can click the link below and watch right now, we show a case study of how my wife, who was a complete newbie, ended up making a ton of money doing this system that we taught her. And I figured if she could do it, anybody could, because she didn't have strong tech skills, didn't have the ability to close sales, you know, hated sales, hated customer service, didn't have a whole lot of time because, you know, she's still working with the kids and busy with her own life. So someone that fit that description, tech skills, didn't have a lot of tech skills, didn't have a lot of sales skills, didn't know sales copy, complete newbie, and didn't have a whole lot of time, and still was able to make money with this. I think it'll be an exciting case study for everybody to, you know, kind of understand it and figure out exactly what she's doing.
And if people who, you know, come in with you and, you know, can get access to these webinars, if they were to use what I teach them and to put those on the front page of Google, how powerful do you think that would be?
Oh man, absolutely, incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Well, first, just the
I was thinking of that, but I thought I'd ask you. I was thinking, my God, if we can just put those in front of actual people looking for those services. So the way we teach people is we don't always just like review a product, right? What we'll do is we'll say to people, you know, what are the we'll take one of your webinars, right? And we'll list out 10 reasons why anyone needs that service. And then we just go and put videos in front of them. So, you know, like, you know, for instance, ClickFunnels, right? ClickFunnels, people come in and say, but that's saturated. They say, yeah, but like if you can go and put 1,000, solve 1,000 reasons why anyone needs a funnel. Every business needs a funnel, right? Every business that has a website probably needs a funnel because they're going to make more money. So if we can basically put those in front of the 99% of businesses out there that have never even heard of ClickFunnels, even though everyone in our industry knows who ClickFunnels is, everyone outside of our industry who has a business doesn't. So it doesn't matter, like every single one of your websites, every single one of your webinars, should I say, every single one of your partners, there's going to be a bunch of reasons why they can just keep putting up these videos. And yeah, I mean, that's going to, you know, coupled, and obviously Ron's going to show you loads of other stuff as well. This is my tactics, just one of many, and Ron's got a bunch of tactics as well that he's going to show you. So yeah, guys, I'll put the link up on the screen. Yeah, did you have anything you wanted to add to that, Ron? I'll put the link down below, and then obviously, guys, just go and sign up for it now. Go and watch the webinar. Is the webinar a paid webinar or is it a free one?
It's a free webinar.
It's free, like totally free, guys. Go and sign up for it. Go and check out. Ron's going to talk you through the whole process. He's going to give you some free training. So obviously go and check that out. And yeah, and obviously if Ron wanted to add anything, I don't know if you had anything extra to add to that or.
Yeah, we got to get your webinar into our network as well.
I'd love to. Yeah, I was looking at your page and I was thinking, I want to be in there. I want to be in there. So yeah, I mean, if Ron can hook me up, I'll get mine in there as well, guys. So you can go and promote mine with Ron's like tactics as well as my tactics. So yeah, we'll obviously hook up about that. So
the last thing I'll say is, like, you know, this has been our flagship program and one of the products I've created that I'm most proud of, because we're paying out so much money every month to our members. So we're actually seeing people who never made money online finally crack the code and start making money online. And we're seeing it firsthand because they're getting commissions from our network. And, you know, it's a great feeling to, you know, as you know, to see your work that you put out and see it make a difference in people's lives, like your product, your YouTube product has as well.
Yeah.
It's huge. So
and that's another mindset thing as well. Like when people come in, they say, I'm gonna promote my course, right? Like my webinar. They'll say, I'm gonna graduate to that. And I say, why? Why would you go and choose a ClickBank product and then graduate? Because what you'll do is you'll get disheartened by the fact that you've made $100 from a bunch of videos. You'll get some sales, but it won't be enough to kind of get you excited. And then you'll kind of think to yourself, well, okay, I've made a few sales, but it's not earth shattering. And then you might move on to something else. Whereas if you put this, you know, the same amount of traffic in front of higher ticket products, like what Ron's got, that could be $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever, right? I mean, obviously, disclaimer here, it just depends on what the offer is. But, it could be 10 times as more with the same amount of traffic, with the same amount of work, the same amount. And actually, like Ron says, it's brand new, newbie friendly. So why, I think sometimes people think, oh, well, I must build to that or something like that. And, actually, that's not the case at all. You just need to use the resources available and go and promote these things, right? And then you can actually start to sort of, I mean, the thing that people get, when like the dopamine hit people get, there's like with my system, there's the putting the stuff on the front page of Google. When they see that, they go mad. But the second one, which I think is even bigger, is when they start to get commissions. Like they go crazy. I get IMs, I get emails. And, if it's low, even if it's low end, the first commission people get a bit excited about, right? But if those first commissions are 10 times as much as they would get, like, and they're coming in regularly. And I think, people can actually then start to generate a sustained business rather than, a little bit of pocket change. So, yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. So, yeah, I'll obviously try and hook mine in there if Ron will let me. and if that's the case, obviously you'll have mine as well. But I had a look at his page and I could see that there was a lot. He's got a lot of really cool partners in there. So, yeah, guys, I think, honestly, go and promote high-ticket products. Go and align yourselves. You'll be helping these businesses. You'll be helping yourself. I mean, kind of win-win for everybody, right? So, yeah, we're going to respect Ron's time. So I'm going to let him go. So just want to say thanks ever so much, Ron. Awesome to have you as one of my first. Actually, I had Mike on, so you're my second guest so far on the channel. And also we're going to be putting it in a podcast soon. So Ron will be one of the first in my podcast as well. But it's been so much fun. And I'd like to have Ron on with my... Like, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, right, or Facebook, just put a comment in the chat box if you'd like me to have Ron on, and actually, we'll actually have him on live presenting the webinar, and we'll basically show you his entire system. So if that's just put me or yes, love to see that. Then if we get enough of those, I'll ask Ron, and if he's down, then we'll obviously get him on. So just want to say thanks ever so much, Ron, and awesome to. Connect with you. We connected recently and again, and looking forward to sort of getting to know you more down the road as our journey continues and helping people like with our, especially with your amazing system. So thanks ever so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.